Numbers 26. After the blood of the guilty was shed, the Lord said to Moses, and to Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, "Number the entire sum of the sons of Israel, from 20 years and above, by their houses and kinships, all who are able to go forth to war." And so, Moses and Eleazar the priest, who were in the plains of Moab, above the Jordan, opposite Jericho, spoke to those who were from 20 years and above, just as the Lord had commanded. And this is their number: Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, his son, Hanoch, from whom is the family of the Hanochites, and Palu, from whom is the family of the Paluites, and Hezron, from whom is the family of the Hezronites, and Carmi, from whom is the family of the Carmites. These are the families of the stock of Reuben, whose number was found to be 43,730. The son of Phalu, Eliab. His sons, Nemuel and Dathan and Abiram. These are Dathan and Abiram, the leaders of the people, who rose up against Moses and Aaron in the sedition at Korah, when they rebelled against the Lord. And the earth, opening its mouth, devoured Korah, with many others dying, when the fire burned 250 men. And a great miracle was wrought, so that, when Korah perished, his sons did not perish. The sons of Simeon, by their kinships, Nemuel, from him is the family of the Nemuelites; Jamin, from him is the family of the Jaminites; Jachin, from him is the family of the Jachinites; Sahar, from him is the family of the Saharites; Shaul, from him is the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the stock of Simeon, whose entire number was 22,200. The sons of Gad, by their kinships, Zephon, from him is the family of the Zephonites; Haggi, from him is the family of the Haggites; Shuni, from him is the family of the Shunites; Ozni, from him is the family of the Oznites; Eri, from him is the family of the Erites; Arad, from him is the family of the Aradites; Areli, from him is the family of the Arelites. These are the families of Gad, whose entire number was 40,500. The sons of Judah, and Onan, who both died in the land of Canaan. And these were the sons of Judah, by their kinships, Shelah, from whom is the family of the Shelahites; Perez, from whom is the family of the Perizzites; Zerah, from whom is the family of the Zerahites. Moreover, the sons of Phares were, Hezron, from whom is the family of the Hezronites, and Hamul, from whom is the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah, whose entire number was 76,500. The sons of Issachar, by their kinships, Tola, from whom is the family of the Tolaites; Puvah, from whom is the family of the Puvahites; Jashub, from whom is the family of the Jashubites; Shimron, from whom is the family of the Shimronites. These are the kinships of Issachar, whose number was 64,300. The sons of Zebulun by their kinships, Sered, from whom is the family of the Seredites; Elon, from whom is the family of the Elonites; Jaleel, from whom is the family of the Jaleelites. These are the kinships of Zebulun, whose number was 60,500. The sons of Joseph by their kinships, Manasseh and Ephraim. From Manasseh was born Machir, from whom is the family of the Machirites. Machir conceived Gilead, from whom is the family of the Gileadites. Gilead had sons, Jezer, from whom is the family of the Jezerites, and Helek, from whom is the family of the Helekites. And Asriel, from whom is the family of the Asrielites, and Shechem, from whom is the family of the Shechemites. And Shemida, from whom is the family of the Shemidaites, and Hepher, from whom is the family of the Hepherites. Now Hepher was the father of Zelophehad, who had no sons, but only daughters, whose names are these, Mahlah, and Noah, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and their number was 52,700. Now the sons of Ephraim by their kinships were these, Shuthelah, from whom is the family of the Shuthelahites; Becher, from whom is the family of the Becherites; Tahan, from whom is the family of the Tahanites. Furthermore, the son of Shelah was Aaron, from whom is the family of the Aaronites. These are the kinships of the sons of Ephraim, whose number was 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph by their families, the sons of Benjamin in their kinships: Bela, from whom is the family of the Belaites; Ashbel, from whom is the family of the Ashbelites; Ahiram, from whom is the family of the Ahiramites; Shupham, from whom is the family of the Shuphamites; Hupham, from whom is the family of the Huphamites. The sons of Bela, Arad and Naaman. From Arad, the family of the Aradites; from Naaman, the family of the Naamanites. These are the sons of Benjamin by their kinships, whose number was 45,600. The sons of Dan by their kinships: Shuham, from whom is the family of the Shuhamites. These are the kinships of Dan by their families. All these were Shuhamites, whose number was 64,400. The sons of Asher by their kinships: Imnah, from whom is the family of the Imnahites; Ishvi, from whom is the family of the Ishvites; Beriah, from whom is the family of the Beriahites. The sons of Beriah: Heber, from whom is the family of the Heberites; and Malchiel, from whom is the family of the Malchielites. Now the name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the kinships of the sons of Asher, and their number was 53,400. The sons of Naphtali by their kinships: Jeziel, from whom is the family of the Jezielites; Guni, from whom is the family of the Gunites; Jezer, from whom is the family of the Jezerites; Shillem, from whom is the family of the Shillemites. These are the kinships of the sons of Naphtali by their families, whose number was 45,400. This is the sum of the sons of Israel, who were counted, 600,001,730. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, The land shall be divided to these, as their possessions, according to the number of their names. To the greater number you shall give a greater portion, and to the lesser number, a lesser portion. To each one, just as they have now been counted, a possession shall be delivered. Yet only in so far as the land is divided by lot to a tribe and to families. Whatever the lot will happen to be, it shall be accepted, either by the greater, or by the lesser. Likewise, this is the number of the sons of Levi by their families: Gershon, from whom is the family of the Gershonites; Kohath, from whom is the family of the Kohathites; Merari, from whom is the family of the Merarites. These are the families of Levi: the family of Libni, the family of Hebroni, the family of Mali, the family of Mushi, the family of Korah. Yet truly, Kohath conceived Amram, who had a wife, Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to him in Egypt. She bore, to her husband Amram, sons, Aaron and Moses, as well as their sister, Miriam. From Aaron were born Nadab and Abihu, and Eleazar and Ithamar. Of these, Nadab and Abihu died, when they had offered strange fire before the Lord. And these were all who were numbered, 23,000 of the male gender, from 1 month and above. For they were not counted among the sons of Israel, neither was a possession given to them with the others. This is the number of the sons of Israel, who were enrolled by Moses and by Eleazar the priest, in the plains of Moab, above the Jordan, opposite Jericho. Among these, not one of them was numbered before, by Moses and Aaron in the desert of Sinai. For the Lord had foretold that all would die in the wilderness. And not one of them remained, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. Numbers 27. Then there approached the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hefer, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, who was the son of Joseph, and their names are Mahlah, and Noah, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Tirzah. And they stood before Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the leaders of the people, at the door of the tabernacle of the covenant, and they said, Our father died in the desert, and was not with the sedition, which was stirred up against the Lord under Korah, but he died in his own sin, he had no male sons. Why is his name taken away from his family? Because he had no son. Give us a possession among the kinsmen of our father. And Moses referred their case to the judgment of the Lord. And the Lord said to him, the daughters of Zelophehad are asking for something just. So give them a possession among the kinsmen of their father, and let them succeed him in his inheritance. And to the sons of Israel, you shall speak these things. When a man dies without a son, his inheritance shall be transferred to his daughter. If he has no daughter, his brother shall succeed him. But if there were also no brothers, you shall give the inheritance to the brothers of his father. But if he has no paternal uncles, the inheritance shall be given to those who are closest to him. And this shall be, for the sons of Israel, consecrated as a perpetual law, just as the Lord has instructed Moses. The Lord also said to Moses, ascend onto this mountain, Abarim, and contemplate from there the land, which I will give to the sons of Israel. And when you have seen it, you shall then go to your people, just as your brother Aaron went. For you offended me in the desert of Sin at the contradiction of the multitude, neither were you willing to sanctify me in their sight over the waters. These are the waters of contradiction at Kadesh in the desert of Sin. Moses answered him, may the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, provide a man, who may be over this multitude, and who may be able to exit and enter before them, and who may lead them out or lead them in, lest the people of the Lord be like sheep without a shepherd. And the Lord said to him, take Joshua, the son of Nun, a man in whom the Spirit is, and place your hand upon him. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest and the entire multitude. And you shall give him the precepts in the sight of all, and a portion of your glory, so that the entire congregation of the sons of Israel may listen to him. On his behalf, if anything is to be done, Eleazar the priest shall consult the Lord. He, and all the sons of Israel with him, and the rest of the multitude, shall go out and enter in at his word. Moses did just as the Lord had instructed. And when he had brought Joshua, he set him before Eleazar the priest, and before the entire gathering of the people. And imposing his hands upon his head, he repeated all that the Lord had commanded. Numbers 28. The Lord also said to Moses, instruct the sons of Israel, and you shall say to them, offer my oblation and bread, and the incense of most sweet odor, at their proper times. These are the sacrifices which you must offer, 2 immaculate 1-year-old lambs each day as a perpetual holocaust. You shall offer one in morning, and the other in the evening. And the 10th part of an ephah of fine wheat flour, which has been sprinkled with the purest oil, and which has the measure of the 4th part of a hin. It is the continual holocaust which you offered at Mount Sinai as a most sweet odor of incense to the Lord. And you shall offer a libation of wine, of the 4th part of a hin for each lamb, in the sanctuary of the Lord. And you shall offer the other lamb similarly, in the evening, according to all the rites of the morning sacrifice and its libations, as an oblation of most sweet odor to the Lord. Then, on the Sabbath day, you shall offer 2 immaculate 1-year-old lambs, and 2/10 of fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, as sacrifice, as well as the libations that are usually poured out on each Sabbath as a perpetual holocaust. Then, on the 1st day of the month, you shall offer a holocaust to the Lord, 2 calves from the herd, 1 ram, 7 immaculate 1-year-old lambs, and 3/10 of fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, as sacrifice, for each calf, and 2/10 of fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, for each ram, and 1/10 of fine wheat flour with oil, as a sacrifice, for each lamb. It is a holocaust of most sweet odor and also an incense to the Lord. Now these shall be the libations of wine, which are to be poured out for each victim, 1/2 portion of a hin for each calf, 1/3 for a ram, and 1/4 for a lamb. This shall be the holocaust for all the months, as they succeed one another in the turning of the year. Likewise, a he-goat shall be offered to the Lord for sin, with the perpetual holocaust and its libations. Then, in the first month, the 14th day of the month shall be the Passover of the Lord. And the 15th day shall be a solemnity. For 7 days, they shall eat unleavened bread. And the first day of these days shall be venerable and holy, you shall not do any servile work in it. And you shall offer the incense of a holocaust to the Lord, 2 calves from the herd, 1 ram, 7 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And with each sacrifice, from fine wheat flour which has been sprinkled with oil, 3/10 for each calf, and 2/10 for each ram. And 1/10 for each lamb, that is, for the 7 lambs. And 1 he-goat for sin, as an expiation for you. Aside from the morning holocaust, which you shall always offer. You shall do this on each day of the 7 days, as fuel for the fire, and as a most sweet odor to the Lord, which shall rise up from the holocaust and from each of the libations. Likewise, the 7th day shall be very honored and holy for you. Any servile work, you shall not do in it. And also the day of the first fruits, after the weeks have been fulfilled, when you shall offer new fruits to the Lord, shall be venerable and holy. You shall not do any servile work in it. And you shall offer a holocaust as a most sweet odor to the Lord, 2 calves from the herd, 1 ram, and 7 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And also, as their sacrifices, fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, 3/10 for each calf, 2 for each ram. 1/10 for each lamb, which altogether are 7 lambs, likewise, a he-goat, which is slain for expiation, aside from the perpetual holocaust and its libations. You shall offer only what is immaculate, with their libations. Numbers 29. Now the first day of the 7th month also shall be venerable and holy to you. In it, you shall not do any servile work, because it is the day of the sounding of the trumpets. And you shall offer a holocaust, as a most sweet odor to the Lord, 1 calf from the herd, 1 ram, and 7 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And, as their sacrifices, fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, 3/10 for each calf, 2/10 for a ram. 1/10 for a lamb, which altogether are 7 lambs. And a he-goat for sin, which is offered as an expiation for the people. Aside from the holocaust of the first day of the month with its sacrifices, and the perpetual holocaust with the usual libations. By these same ceremonies, you shall offer incense as a most sweet odor to the Lord. Likewise, the 10th day of this 7th month shall be for you holy and venerable, and you shall afflict your souls. You shall do no servile work in it. And you shall offer a holocaust to the Lord, as a most sweet odor, 1 calf from the herd, 1 ram, 7 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And for their sacrifices, fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, 3/10 for each calf, 2/10 for a ram. 1/10 for each lamb, which are altogether 7 lambs. And a he-goat for sin, apart from those things which are usually offered for offenses as an expiation, and as a perpetual holocaust, with their sacrifice and libations. Yet truly, on the 15th day of the 7th month, which shall be for you holy and venerable, you shall not do any servile work in it, but you shall celebrate a solemnity to the Lord for 7 days. And you shall offer a holocaust, as a most sweet odor to the Lord, 13 calves from the herd, 2 rams, 14 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And as their libations, fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil, 3/10 for each calf, which is altogether 13 calves, and 2/10 for each ram, that is, altogether 2 rams. And 1/10 for each lamb, which is altogether 14 lambs. And a he-goat for sin, apart from the perpetual holocaust, and the sacrifice and its libation. On the next day, you shall offer 12 calves from the herd, 2 rams, and 14 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And the sacrifices and libations for each of the calves and the rams and the lambs, you shall celebrate according to the rite. With a he-goat for sin, apart from the perpetual holocaust, and the sacrifice and its libation. On the third day, you shall offer 11 calves, 2 rams, and 14 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And the sacrifices and libations for each of the calves and the rams and the lambs, you shall celebrate according to the rite. With a he-goat for sin, apart from the perpetual holocaust, and the sacrifice and its libation. On the fourth day, you shall offer 10 calves, 2 rams, and 14 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And the sacrifices and the libations for each of the calves and the rams and the lambs, you shall celebrate according to the rite. With a he-goat for sin, apart from the perpetual holocaust, and its sacrifice and libation. On the fifth day, you shall offer 9 calves, 2 rams, and 14 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And the sacrifices and libations for each of the calves and the rams and the lambs, you shall celebrate according to the rite. With a he-goat for sin, apart from the perpetual holocaust, and its sacrifice and libation. On the sixth day, you shall offer 8 calves, 2 rams, and 14 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And the sacrifices and libations for each of the calves and the rams and the lambs, you shall celebrate according to the rite. With a he-goat for sin, apart from the perpetual holocaust, and its sacrifice and libation. On the seventh day, you shall offer 7 calves, and 2 rams, and 14 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And the sacrifices and libations for each of the calves and the rams and the lambs, you shall celebrate according to the rite. With a he-goat for sin, apart from the perpetual holocaust, and its sacrifice and libation. On the 8th day, which is most honored, you shall not do any servile work. Offering a holocaust as a most sweet odor to the Lord, 1 calf, 1 ram, and 7 immaculate 1-year-old lambs. And the sacrifices and libations for each of the calves and the rams and the lambs, you shall celebrate according to the rite. With a he-goat for sin, apart from the perpetual holocaust, and its sacrifice and libation. These things you shall offer to the Lord in your solemnities, aside from the vowed and voluntary oblations, as a holocaust, as a sacrifice, as a libation, or as peace-offering victims. Numbers 30. And Moses explained to the sons of Israel all that the Lord had commanded him. And he said to the leaders of the tribes of the sons of Israel, This is the word, which the Lord has instructed. If any man makes a vow to the Lord, or binds himself by an oath, he shall not make his word null and void, but all that he has promised, he shall fulfill. If a woman, who is in her father's house, vows anything, or binds herself by an oath, and she is still in a state of childhood, if her father knew of the vow which she has promised or of the oath by which she has obligated her soul, and he kept silent, she shall be liable to the vow. Whatever she has promised or swore, she shall complete in deed. But if her father, as soon as he had heard it, had contradicted it, both her vows and her oaths shall be nullified, neither shall she be held liable to the promise, because her father had contradicted it. If she has a husband, and she has vowed anything, then, once the word has gone out of her mouth, she will have obligated her soul by an oath. On the day that her husband will hear of it, and yet not contradict it, she shall be liable to the vow, and she shall repay whatever she has promised. But if, as soon as he hears it, he contradicts it, then he will have caused her promises, and the words by which she had bound her soul, to be null and void. The Lord will be favorable to her. Widows and divorced women shall repay whatever they have vowed. If a wife in the house of her husband has bound herself by a vow or an oath, if her husband heard it and remained silent, and he did not contradict the promise, she shall repay what she had promised. But if he promptly contradicts it, she shall not be held liable to the promise. For her husband has contradicted it. And the Lord will be favorable to her. If she has vowed or bound herself by oath, in order to afflict her soul by fasting, or by abstaining from other things, it shall be for the arbitration of her husband, as to whether or not she may do it. But if the husband, upon hearing it, remains silent, and he delays judgment until another day, whatever she had vowed or promised, she shall repay, because when he first heard it, he remained silent. And if he contradicted it only some time after he had known about it, he shall bear his iniquity. These are the laws which the Lord has appointed to Moses, between a husband and a wife, between a father and a daughter, who is still in the state of childhood or who remains in her father's house. Thank you for watching. If you like the content on this channel, please press subscribe, the like button or comment below. We'd love to get your tips. See you next time.